Hello and welcome to the third edition of this video. Every year I do this video where I show you every single book that I read in that year from my physical TBR and whether or not I am keeping them. Because if you're new here, I only keep books that I actually liked. And even then, sometimes there might be a book that I like that I give away or sell. So in the corner of the screen, I will be putting a little tally of sorts. The first tally, or counter, I guess, is the amount of books that I currently have on my bookshelves, which is 181. The second and third counters are going to be whether or not I'm keeping the book, and lastly, I'm also going to count how many books I've hauled this year. It's always the same thing. So, in January, because it is currently February, I struggle saying that word so much. In January, I only read 2 books that are from my physical TBR. The first one was The Adventures of Amin al-Sarafi. I loved this. Not love. I give it a 4-star. Maybe that's love. I don't know. I feel like love is only a 5, so I really like this. So obviously I'm keeping it. And then I read A Court of Mist and Fury, and I loved this because I gave it a 5-star, and I'm obviously keeping it. I've read 3 more books. First, I read The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein by Kirsten White. I gave this a 2.5 or a 3, I don't remember, but I won't be keeping it. Then I read Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I gave this a 3. I am keeping this for now. I have the second book, so if that one sucks-ish, this was entertaining though. But if the second one sucks, you already know what's gonna happen. And the last book that I read so far is When You Get the Chance by Emma Lord. I gave this a 4-star, so I'm keeping it. It is time for another update. I've read a lot because I forgot to update this video. So first, I read Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Yimide. I still struggle. And I am not keeping this. Then I read Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power, and I'm also not keeping this. Then I read Scarred by Emily McIntyre. If you hear snoring in the back, ignore it. It's my dog. And I am keeping this for now. And then I read Things We Never Got Over, and I am keeping this as well. However, I have bought books. I bought 20 books, but I've already read 5 of them previously, so I'm adding 15 to my TBR. Also next month I'm gonna probably add more, so whatever. That's the update. Hello, I don't remember what was the book that I said last time, so this might be slightly incorrect. I don't know. I think it was The Things We Never Got Over. I'm gonna assume that that is correct, so we're gonna move from there. So I read the second and third books of the Fortuna Sworn series, and I didn't love them, so I will be unhauling the second, third, and fourth books. I'm keeping the first one, which is unfortunate, but I did not like these. Then I read The Girls I've Been, and I liked this, so I am keeping it. Then I read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, and I thought this was okay, so I'm unhauling it. And then I read Wretched, and I thought this was also okay, so I will be unhauling all 3 of the books in this series as well, because I don't think I'd ever reread them. They were good in the moment, but not something I would reread. So those are the books that I've read that I haven't mentioned, I think, hopefully. I haven't bought any books yet because it's not April yet and it's not my birthday yet, but it will be soon, so just prepare yourself for that. I think I've done pretty good since last clip, so love that for me. I don't know if the lighting is okay because I can barely see because it's so bright outside, because the sun is behind clouds and it's making it so bright. Whatever. I've read a couple more books. I read The Picture of Dorian Gray, and I thought this was fine, and I'm keeping it because it's part of a collection, so it's staying, even though some of these books I have not enjoyed. And lastly, I read the 2 volumes of Orange, and I did not like them, so they're being unhauled, unfortunately. Hello, I have read a couple more books. First, I read Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson, and I gave this a 3, but I'm gonna keep it. Then I read Fourth Wing, and I loved this, so I'm keeping it. But I bought some books for my birthday, so we're adding 11 books. Yeah, that is the update. Hello, I have read a lot more books. They're heavy. So first I read Fairest, and I thought this was okay, but I'm still keeping it because it's part of a series. Then I finally started Final Empire. For now, I'm keeping it, but it's looking like I'm gonna unhaul it because I did not love it. Then I read Icebreakers, and I did not like this, so I will be unhauling it. And finally, I read the 3 books in the Tea Dragon Society series, and I'm keeping all of them because they were really cute. Hello, I have another really big update because I've forgotten about this video once again, which is a trend that is very unfortunate this year. So the first book that I've read since last clip is The Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I thought this was okay. I'm not really interested in the rest of the series, so I will be unhauling it. Then I read The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I didn't really care for this either, but at that moment, I didn't unhaul it. You will see what I mean in a second. Then I read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin, and I thought this was not for me, so I will be unhauling all 3 books in this series. And then I DNF'd the first book in The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I got to page 260, and because of that, I will be unhauling all 12 books that are adult, I think. So everything except the Starsight and Skyward series books that I have. So I'm gonna try and pick up every single book that I'm talking about, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a lot of circus in this moment. Type shit. This is the first half of them. This is half of 12. And this is the other half. And I am unhauling all of them, obviously, so this is stunning. I was about to go, but I forgot. I have hauled more books that I forgot to mention. I hauled 26 books in May. It's currently July, but I have read most of them already, so only 9 of them are to be read. Yes, I will actually go now. Hello, I have read more books. These are not going to be in order because I don't remember, but first, I read All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I did not like this, so I will be unhauling this. Then I read Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I thought this was good, so I'm keeping it. Next, I read Dating and Dragons by Christy Boyce. I really liked it, so I will be keeping it. Then I DNF'd Book of Night by Holly Black, so I will be unhauling it. And finally, I read Love Theoretically, and I am keeping it. What a fast and succinct update. Hello, I have read a couple more books. Unfortunately, you'll see why. So first, I DNF'd The Road Trip by Beth O'Leary, so it's being unhauled. Then I DNF'd Magnolia Parks, another unhaul. Then I read Twisted Love, and I did not like this, so it'll be unhauled as well. And finally, I DNF'd Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, so it's also being unhauled. However, I have bought more books. I think it was 8. I don't remember exactly. I will put the right number on the tally things up top, so it will be correct. Hello, it has been a while since I updated this video, so there's a lot that I've read. Like a lot. So first, I read the first 3 volumes of Gangsta. I loved all of them, so I will be keeping them, and hopefully will be buying the next volumes. Next, I read Mooncakes. I didn't really care for this, so I will be unhauling this. Similarly, I read Bloom, and I did not like this either, so I'll be also unhauling this. Then I read volumes 4 and 5 of Comey Can't Communicate. They're glaring, and I loved them, so I'm keeping them, obviously. Then I DNF'd Wildfire, so I will be unhauling this. And then I DNF'd The Name of the Wind on page 304. So I will be unhauling both of the books in this series that I have, unfortunately. So those are all the books that I've read, and since last update, I've only bought 1 book. Yay me, I didn't go crazy. Yeah, so I don't know what number we're at all. Maybe 160 something? Don't know. Hopefully. Yeah, that's the update. Hello, it's been a while and I've read some more books and I've had a haircut since then. Love that. So first I read the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th volumes of Comey Can't Communicate. I really liked them all. I think I gave them all 4 stars. I think I gave the 8th a 4.5 actually. not sure. One of them I gave a 4.5. And I'm keeping all of them, clearly. Then I read Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I gave this a 3-star. It was not my favorite. I don't care for this. I thought it was okay. I will be unhauling this, clearly. I think you can get that vibe. I actually listened to the audiobook of this book, but I read it. I count audiobooks as reading. I read Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. This massive book. Thank God for audiobooks. I didn't care for this either, which is very disappointing because I thought I was gonna love this. I thought this was gonna be like a 5-star or something. Clearly not. Whatever. I think I gave it a 3, 3.5. I don't know. I love J. Kristoff's writing, and this is no different, but the story was just not my thing. I don't know. It was just a lot, and also nothing. I don't even know how to explain this. It was just not my favorite. So I'm unhauling this. And finally, because it's literally Christmas in a few days, I bought myself 6 books. I don't know where we are right now. I think we're at 160s, which is stunning if we are. But yes, that's the update. Hello, this is the final update. I read 3 more books. I read Keeper of the Lost Cities. I am keeping this for now because I'm interested in it for now. If the second one is not good, I will be unhauling it this year. And finally, I read the 9th and 10th volumes of Comey Can't Communicate. And I'm keeping them, obviously. So that means that we have ended up at 164, I think. If I'm wrong, it will be here. But I think it's 164 unread books, which is an improvement because we started the year with 180 something books. So I think I did pretty good. Going down 20 books is an achievement because I did not buy less books. A lot of it was due to Brandon Sanderson, so unfortunately I hated that. I unhauled the most books I have in years, so that's lovely. But that is everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed. There will be more next year. I will be filming the intro of this video, next year's version, in a few weeks whenever I read a book, which hopefully soon. It's the 1st of January. I'm already stressing. What is wrong with me? But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird video. Bye!